told your friend you're not okay? And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray.
I'm Theba Lawley and I'm a caregiver. My caregiving story started in 2017. I started noticing cognitive memory issues with my mom and my dad. My dad lived in Illinois at the time, so I moved him here in 2017 so that I could have him close by as I watched over both of them. And I thought I could handle it. When I started out, of course, I'm the type of person that's very proactive. So I got in touch with organizations, began the conversation about Alzheimer's, and of course was just devastated by what I was learning, and joined a caregiving group. I also went to some classes. It was obviously very helpful, but it was exhausting emotionally, not so much physically, because I didn't understand what I was dealing with as far as grief, the loss of both parents. As a parent, I saw how God provided different people in my life that I could lean on, whether it was a financial advisor, or I changed my parents' doctor to make sure it was a longevity doctor who understood the language. I didn't really understand how prevalent this disease was around the people in my age group with their parents, and I was fortunate that I wasn't a sandwich caregiver. I started also a podcast while I was working. Wanted to share tools and tips and resources for other caregivers to give them hope. Because the worst thing is you not knowing. If you're in your 30s, 40s, and you have an aging parent, assume and know that they are going to go through some significant changes. Don't panic, but when you begin to see those, start the conversation, begin planning for their aging process, as it is going to affect your life. Begin immediately when I knew that they were going through changes, when they could make sensible decisions with me. We got power of attorney, we got finances, I got my name on their bank account. Of course, we're dealing with a family unit that was trusting each other. But that helped. So when things really got intense, and they were not able to make decisions, I could make those for them, and I didn't feel so helpless.
Well, are you loving this day or what?
Well, God gave it to us. You have to love it.
I'm Hannah Vogler, and I'm a caregiver. We laugh because I always say my mom's like a cat, only instead of having 9 lives, she has about 100. When I was pretty young, just a couple of years out of college, she was hit head-on during a high-speed police chase. She really likes to point out that she was not the one running away from the police, but the person running from the police hit her head-on at a very high rate of speed. And if she had not had an airbag, she would have been killed. I don't think there was a part of her body that was not injured. Probably 15 years after that, she was diagnosed with stage 4 lymphoma. That really took a toll, a permanent toll, on her body. And then just for fun, about 5 years after that, she was diagnosed with a rare type of cancer called a neuroendocrine tumor in her large and small intestine. I've kind of been there from, the day of the car accident all the way till today, 30 years later. I'm also a mom, so I have a 6-year-old. The sandwich generation are people like me who have aging parents or elderly parents who need some level of assistance, but also have young children. So, when my mom was having all of her really significant health battles, I did not have kids at that time. And I don't want to say that it was easy, because it certainly wasn't easy, but it was certainly easier. It's funny because I had actually worked in cancer education for over 10 years. when my mom was diagnosed with cancer. Gave advice to people all the time, right? But I knew nothing, because when it's you and when it's your family, it's like it doesn't matter what you think you know, it all goes out the window. One of the most important things that we learned after my mom's car accident is to always have another person on your checking account. Wills and finances and things like that are always things that we have discussed. You want to leave the people behind you, whether you're just recovering or if you're gone, you want to leave them in a position to be able to deal with things as easily as possible. And as a caregiver, the number one advice I have for people is you have to put on your own oxygen mask first. I am still not good at this, so do as I say, not as I do. But you really do have to take care of yourself, because when the person you're taking care of cannot do it, you have to be able to do that for them. I don't have any idea how I would do it today with a young child, but I can tell you that I would make it work. Because these are the most important people in my life, and my mom would do it for me.